Welcome back to the Advanced Selling Podcast, the longest running sales training podcast history. I'm one of your hosts, Bill Caskey.
I am the other host, Bryan Neal.
We are delighted and may I say grateful that you're here and spend 15, 20 minutes a week with us. We missed a week last week. We don't miss too many, but Bryan was traveling and I was being evasive. I was hiding in my room and we didn't get the episode out. So we'll not do that again. That's for sure.
We don't miss episodes around here. It's Advanced Selling Podcast. Dang it.
That's right. So if you haven't checked out our Insider program, we do it every month, and it's a training that we do the first Friday of the month. It will happen in April, and hopefully you'll be able to join that. AdvancedSellingPodcast.com/insider.
Bill, if you could, you may not have been outside yet. I'm a big weather geek. Love watching, studying weather. I would be a meteorologist if I had to choose another career. I just love it. Can you comment on what's happening in our weather this morning here in Indianapolis, Indiana? What is it outside? Do you have any idea?
Oh, it was windy.
It's very windy. It's extremely windy. Up to 60 mile an hour gusts, sustained winds, 25 to 35. So I'm driving into work. This is under the heading of things that don't make sense. So I'm driving into the office today, and there's a street sweeper going down the road. This is like raking leaves in 80 mile an hour winds. This street sweeper, I thought there was a car wreck. I'm like, oh my God, what is, there's like, cause they got yellow lights going and there's more dust. I mean, it looked like the Dust Bowl back in the 1902 thing in Oklahoma, or whatever. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, oh my God, did it just happen? Is there a fire? No, it's a street sweeper. I get the guy's doing his job, but like, how come no one's going, the wind's blowing 60 miles an hour. Yeah, let's not, because all we're doing now is we're taking all the dust that's sitting on the road. It's not blowing,
right?
Putting it up into the air so it blows around and lands on the road again. And we're paying tax dollars for this to happen. Yeah. It's just, I wonder, did no one say, there's got to be something else to do? Maybe fill a pothole or 1,000, because there's only 1,000 potholes in our city. Exactly. I don't need the dust to blow up, all over the world. I need the pothole fixed. Anyway, I don't know who's in charge in the Indianapolis city thing, but maybe someone should have considered that. Thank you for letting me vent.
Yeah, that's funny. That's one thing I don't like about blowers, like yard blowers, leaf blowers, is I think it's really bad for your whatever respiratory system. It can't be good to have that stuff coming up in the air. You breathe it in, then we wonder why we're sick all the time. I don't like the noise of them. But anyway. Okay. So, as a couple of old men have told you what their problems with life are, I got a question here from a listener, and I thought it would be a good topic. Bill, thanks for your work with Bryan on the podcast. Congratulations on 20 years. Ooh, this is a guy who listens. He knows the rules. I'm an engineer who also sells, and we get commoditized quite a bit. Either on the way in, where a prospect gets other bids and they try to beat us down on price, or after we've been in and working with a client, we try to get a price increase after a couple of years and they fight us. I just don't think we're positioning ourselves properly. Could you do a podcast on how to better position ourselves so that we, A, don't get commoditized up front, and B, don't fight the dungeon when we're trying to raise prices? I thought that was obviously this dude, William is his name.
Oh, good name. Good. My son's name, your name, his name.
It's a great name.
Great name. This is an interesting topic because it's when I first started in this business with you way back in the late 90s, way back. This was one of the hot topics. And of late, I have felt like this one has quieted down a little bit, honestly. It's always been there, but as far as what's the top topics, it's still on the list, but it's moved down the list.
Okay.
And because of that, it hasn't gotten its attention that it deserves. And so I like this because I think it's taking something that's still gurgling that we haven't talked about enough.
We've moved on. We've moved on to other things.
To more let's do social media video. I agree. And hang on, this is still a thing. So I love this is bringing me back. This is still a thing. How to deal with this whole kind of price competitiveness thing is interesting.
Well, I've got a way that I would answer this question if he were in a program, and one thing. So let's talk about the second part, which is how do we get a price increase, or how do we keep growing inside the account? Because that could be also we sell one product and we're there for 2 years, but we got 30 other products and we're just not selling them.
Yeah.
One thing I find is that, especially in technical, engineer, accidental salesperson groups, they are reluctant to have relationships with management. They are talking to the technical people, and they're good at that because they're technicians, and so they love to talk technical, but they haven't gone up in the organization to have I don't like the term relationship, even an acquaintance with a VP of technical, product or whatever. And so then when there's a problem, we have nobody to call. And the technician calls a purchasing agent and says, hey, they want to get a price increase to us. The purchasing agent raises holy hell and says, you're not getting a price increase. We'll go somewhere else cheaper. We don't have anybody to go to. We don't know the purchasing agent. And the technical person's not strong enough to say, oh no, we want this vendor. I don't care what we pay for them. They're not strong enough to say that. So I think if we were better at developing higher level relationships with people at near the top of the organ, not the top, but above purchasing and technical, I think it'd be better.
That's so good. Just had a convo yesterday, a client here in the shop. We were talking about this, some of their sales team, and they're newish with us, so they're still getting there, is still hyper focused on the person, the man. Oh, Bill is the decision maker. He's the guy. He's who I deal with. It's very myopic. It's a singular thing. Yeah. Internal connecting, to me, is a mandatory step in your sales process with a customer. If you're on the find it and keep it mode, so some companies, they find it and they hand it to somebody else. But if you're, in this case, this guy sounds like he's William, sounds like he's find it and keep it. It's mandatory. It's not suggested. It's not, you should try this. You have to spread your connections within that org. Have to. And if it's a good customer, all you have to do is ask for a favor. That's all you got to do. People get all wrapped around the axle like, well, if I ask William, he might get his feelings hurt, or he might get upset, or he's going to know, he'll push. And they make the decision on behalf of William. Oh, William, no, he wouldn't go. He wouldn't like that. He wouldn't like me going around him. He don't want me walking. I'm like, okay, that's not what's going on. That's what we think though. So we make the decision for him and then we don't ask. Yeah. So it's mandatory. I had a client who gave me this. He talked about just, it's a 3 prongs always. There's always 3 people in any of your customers that you can go and call on for any help or anything at all. And it may not be, it's role agnostic. It might be the admin assistant to the CEO is one of your relationships. Just, you can call on him or her whenever you need to.
Yeah, that's good.
It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, because I love that one. So anyway, that would be one. Another one that I would suggest is building your personal brand within the company. So, for example, let's say you're talking with your technical person is your first level of contact, but you need to grow higher. Create something that is useful for that higher person. Maybe it's a recap of all the things you've done and the impact that you think you've had on the business, or it could be just a recap of the things you've done and the upcoming projects. And don't be so sure that your contact is making other people in the organization aware of the work you're doing. In fact, I can tell you they're not. They're busy. They're overwhelmed. The last thing they're doing is caring about your future. They're worried about their future, about, am I going to have a job in 6 months? And so you have to, and I call that brand building, just because it's you building your reputation within that client company. If you haven't done that, the client's not going to come after you. You and I have to demonstrate that excellence by building our brand within our clients.
It's your responsibility.
Yeah.
It's bravo. Can I switch over to the price increase element of this?
Oh yeah, sure.
Is that one of the things?
Yeah.
And I'm going to give some a little context, and then I don't have the data with me, but as soon as I get it, I'll share it. So I've got a really good friend. I call it my 3 a.m. friend. It's your friend that if you're in prison or jail or something, prison's a stretch. If you're in jail, something bad happens, you get a car wreck, you call your 3 a.m. friend, he'll come and get you. That's my guy. His name's Chris. He runs a company that's owned by Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay.
Formerly Warren Buffett's company. and they print money. I mean, it's great. And I talk to him a lot about business stuff, and it's kind of a joke now with us. He says, anything you do, you have to raise price consistently. You have to continue to raise price over time. And now it's a joke. Like, it's the answer to everything. Raise price, raise price. But he comes from a PE background and a finance background, not a sales background. And what he uses to support his argument that raise price is the best thing to do is something my friend and friend of the show, Kevin Koharki, who's a CPA an accounting professor at Purdue. Yeah, he's putting this together for me, for us, for everybody, to show you how much more you need to sell at a lower price range. You can flip it and say, if you raise price and you lose business because of the price raise, the financial outcome will still be as good or better, almost always. And our salespeople, you've got to get over this in your head. It's not like you're not trying to keep them forever at the same price. It's okay to bump price. You won't lose as much as you think, and what you keep will be more profitable.
Correct.
Both revenue and margin, because it hits both of those things equally if there's no extra input, which there shouldn't be in a pricing.
Well, it really hits margin because it hits margin big time.
Yes.
Price increase goes almost all the way to margin, to net profit, unless you're building other expenses.
Literally, totally, it really does, because you shouldn't have an increased cost of sales. Nothing should change if you raise price on your expense side. So,
and if we're not paying attention to the value and how we're positioning it, which that's part of the equation your buddy and maybe Warren Buffett or Berkshire has left out of that conversation, is that you want to be creating the value so that they say, okay, price increase. Okay. All right. What's your next topic? Instead of, my God, we're going to have to run this up the flagpole and Hertz is not going to like this. We're going to have to go out and get 4 other bids. If that's where you are, you're doing a crappy job of communicating value or delivering value or talking about communicating how you're delivering value.
So good. That's exactly what will happen. You will know what clients value you by their reaction to this concept. And I'm not saying everyone's going to lay down, but there will be some, like, we're going to have a 5% price increase. They're like, okay, I figured there was something coming. Thanks. Those people value you. Now, don't take advantage of it, but it tells you something.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, we're going to have a 5% price increase. 5%. Yeah. Okay. Well, you better, pack your stuff up, because we're not taking 5%. In fact, we're going to come back to you for a 5% reduction. Okay. Exactly. That tells you everything right there, where you stand in their life and their value, your value to them.
Yeah. I had a client the other day, who said, he had a price increase that he had to pass through, and he got it through, but the buyer or the project or the purchasing manager said, I'm going to pass this through, but we're done in August. We're done in August because of this, because I can go find this for 20%, 30% less. Now they can't, but he was all nervous. My client was all nervous. Like, well, what am I going to say? What should I have said? I'm like, just chill. Just because someone says something doesn't mean they're going to do something. So he's going to throw you out after you've been with him for 2 years, going to throw you out for whatever the 3% or 5%. If that's where your relationship is, then you have 4 months to fix it. You got 4 months to right the ship. And if you even if you say to him, and here's what I recommend, I said, look, you got to call the guy up, say, look, I was thinking about our conversation. I know we're out in 4 months. I'm going to do everything I can over the next 4 months to make sure the transition to your cheaper alternative is going to be healthy and good. We're going to do everything we can.
That's so good.
That's how an abundant thinker operating from high intent and good spirit does it. They don't say, I'm going to prove to you that you're making a huge mistake here, pal, because that's not going to work.
That is so good. And if your intention's right and you work for 4 months and you can't fix it, you should leave anyway. Go find someone else where you can have a different.
Give you 4 months to find somebody else.
Gosh, that's great coaching to just have them chill first. I love that. And then just because they say it, they're not going to do it. I'm just saying exactly what Bill said is so good. And then you got 4 months to say, boy, we can't lose you now. Can't lose you.
And what I found out later, the owner of the company called and said, Well, just so you know, this customer said that to us 3 years ago. Seriously, he didn't say it exact, but he's like, we're going to be done at the end of the year, and they've been working with 3. So,
Yes.
so he said your coaching was spot on in that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a claim, it's a report, it's a threat. Don't deal with threats, but it's input and it's feedback, and you got to do something about it in the meantime. And that is, let's see if we can right the ship.
Because, and we used to teach this. I don't teach this level anymore because it can have manipulation behind it. But if it was so bad, they would have left immediately. They would have just said no. But they didn't say no because they can't say no because they need your client.
They need it. And the replacement, going out and finding somebody, it's not easy. So.
No.
All right. Well, let us know how you feel about this topic of positioning value. We might come back to it if we get good feedback on it. We just wanted to give you a taste of 3 or 4 things that you can do to improve your position. Yeah. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.